This is WFYI News Now. It's May 28th, and I'm Drew Daudelin, filling in for Abriana Herron. On today's show, the Pacers are one win away from making it to the NBA Finals. A new board could shape how Indianapolis Public Schools and charter schools collaborate, and the potential impact of an important vacancy at the state.
We're in the midst of a significant energy transition, if you will. Also, at the same time, facing some significant load growth for the first time in a number of decades.
Those stories coming up, but first. Children 18 and under can get free meals at locations across the city through the Indy Parks Meals Program. The program runs through July 25th. The meals will be served at mobile units across the city. Families do not need to register. The Indy Parks program has been running for over a decade and has served over 3 million meals. You can get more information about the times and locations of the mobile units by visiting our website at WFYI.org. And the Indiana Pacers are one win away from making it to the NBA Finals. Only a few points separated the Pacers and the New York Knicks throughout most of their game last night, but the Pacers persevered and were able to hold the Knicks off in the end, 130-121. Tyrese Halliburton had a historical night, getting a triple-double with 32 points, 15 assists, and 12 rebounds and no turnovers. Teammate Obi Toppin says Halliburton is a one-of-a-kind player.
It's nothing new, nothing surprising. Everybody here knows what he's about and knows what he can do out there, and he's one of the biggest parts of this team. And when he does stuff like that, we win.
The last time the Pacers won the Eastern Conference was in 2000 when they beat the Knicks. The Indiana basketball team has yet to win an NBA title. The two teams will now travel to New York for Game 5 on Thursday. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. A new board is expected to shape how Indianapolis Public Schools and charter schools collaborate. From WFYI's Education Desk, Sydney Dauphiné has more on who are the members of the Indianapolis Local Education Alliance.
The board is responsible for planning efforts around shared buildings, transportation, and long-term governance between traditional public and charter schools in the city. Led by Indy Mayor Joe Hogsett and IPS Superintendent Alicia Johnson, the board has until the end of the year to submit their plans to the State Department of Education. Members include former Mayor Bart Peterson, a strong proponent of charter schools. Tina Algren represents IPS parents. She's a longtime educator and advocate. The meetings are not subject to the open door law. That means the public does not have to be invited to attend. I'm Sydney Dauphiné.
More information on the Alliance and the full list of members can be found on our website. And for our final story today, the chairman of the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, Jim Houston, announced he'll retire in January. As Indiana Public Broadcasting's Rebecca Thiel reports, that leaves an important vacancy in the state agency that helps decide whether utilities can raise customers' rates, including for new power plants.
The IURC oversees more than 600 electric, gas, water, and wastewater utilities in the state. It's charged with making sure they provide safe and reliable service at just and reasonable rates. Kerwin Olson is the executive director of the consumer and environmental advocacy group Citizens Action Coalition. He says utility bills can take up a large part of people's incomes, and the commission is facing some contentious cases right now, like whether to close coal plants.
We're in the midst of a significant energy transition, if you will. Also, at the same time, facing some significant load growth for the first time in a number of decades.
Some of that demand is coming from large data centers coming into the state. The governor appoints IURC commissioners. All 5 commissioners currently serving will be up for reappointment during Governor Mike Braun's term. For Indiana Public Broadcasting, I'm Rebecca Thiel.
IURC Commissioner Jim Houston was appointed by former Governor Mike Pence in 2014 and was appointed chairman 2 years later. That's all for today's episode of WFYI News Now. Our podcast is produced by Abriana Herron, Zach Bundy, and myself, Drew Daudelin, with support from the news team at WFYI and public media journalists across the state. Our news director is Sarah Neal-Estes. Kendall Antron produced our music. If you liked today's episode, remember to subscribe and share, and follow WFYI on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube to check in on our newsroom throughout the day. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow.